Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Women of Arabia. Women of Arabia is a platform where we showcase the best women entrepreneurs and women from other walks of life of Arabia who with their hard work, determination and passion they have carved a niche and created a dream of their own. And today in conversation with us is the founder and CEO of Bundle of Joy.
Yes.
Seema Adnan. Hi Seema. Thank you
you
so much for being part of Women of Arabia.
Thank you for having me.
Right,
It's a pleasure.
So I say, we were just having this conversation some time back. You say founder and CEO, it sounds so fancy.
I know, right? It sounds so glamorous.
Yes.
But right now,
yes.
I'm a mompreneur. Basically, I'm a mom. And I'm a driver as well. I am a cook as well. I am the delivery person. I'm the to-go person. I'm a doctor at times too.
Yes.
So yeah, the title sounds very glamorous, but there's a lot more added to it.
So just to understand, you're not exactly a Dubai person. You've just come to Dubai, but it's been quite some time since you've been.
Yes, I've been in Dubai for about 11 years now. I got married and I moved here from New York.
Okay.
But now I call Dubai my home.
She's a New York girl.
I am. I'm a Pakistani American, so I'm proud of my roots as well.
Right.
But now I'm proud to say Dubai is home.
How different is New York from Dubai? Or Dubai from New York? Let's just...
Okay, initially I'll go back.
Yeah.
The transition was a bit tough.
How many years has it been?
11 years
11
now.
Years. Okay, all right. Was it?
That's how long I've been married for.
Right.
When I moved initially, it was a very tough transition.
Okay.
And now when I go back, I would say it's a very tough transition as well.
Okay.
I've gotten so used to of the city, the convenience.
Yes. Dubai spoils you, doesn't it?
It spoils you to bits. I whine, I complain. Now my parents go like, you lived here. What's wrong with you?
Who's this person?
But now it was exactly when I moved here, it was like that. But now you get used to, and Dubai has been really amazing, and it's been a home now.
Yeah. So what were you when you were growing up in New York? What were you and what was your passion? And
see, I was raised in Pakistan a bit, and then we moved. But when I moved to New York, I was a bit grown up. And things were, the city has a lot to offer there.
Right.
You could do whatever you like. You won't believe I've worked almost everything I wanted to because, when you don't know what you want to be, I've worked in a bank. I have worked in a retail. I'm a personal stylist as well.
Yes.
So, the city has a lot to offer. And then as you grow up, you just need to catch on things. I mean, I paint sometimes from time to time.
Okay.
I got into reading from there as well. So
it's interesting you say that you've been able to do all this because generally New York is a really busy lifestyle, right? You have
very busy lifestyle.
The fact is that why it is busy because you are all trying to fit in
so many things. Yeah. So my lifestyle was going to school and then trying two different jobs. So let's say 3 days I would work at a bank and then 2 days I would work at a retail space.
Wow.
Just to explore and see what I like and what's the potential out there.
Okay.
And then my parents are always like, whatever you like, do it. Try it. Give it a try. So, for even a week I worked at a medical center just get the feel of what is that life about.
Right. So I think it's interesting because I'm someone who's been here all my life. I'm a UAE person, Abu Dhabi person all my life. So we've never had that opportunity. We could never. Right now, yes, the government is incorporating internship for youngsters.
True.
14 years and above can apply for some jobs. But do you think it's really important? Because
It is. I'll tell you what. I mean, like I said, we're from Pakistan, so we were very close to your grandmother and she was back home. So, of course, the summer trip was sponsored by my dad. He's a businessman.
Right.
He could afford a winter trip too, but he wouldn't. So he said, you want to go in winters. Of course, at the end, he will chip in the money.
Yes.
But then we had to work. We need to understand how difficult is it to earn money. And I think this is one of the reasons that puts you right in place and you don't take anything for granted. I mean, I, as a person, value a lot a grocery person who is out there, he's working very hard.
Of course,
Because
yes.
I know I was behind the counter.
At one point,
I
yes.
went through how people would react to
you
certain
and-
situations.
yes, yeah.
I knew I was at the bank. Like, there were people who had a lot of money and how they would treat people, and then how you were. So it's all a learning curve, and it's very important. And it's really nice that Dubai has started with internship programs, because it develops you to the point where you don't realize. Like, I experience it now so much when I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah, yeah.
It has educated me. Whatever I've learned then, I'm actually putting it into practice now.
Right.
Like my banking experience, how to manage money, what's more to look at, what is really marketing, how to talk to people, what is a customer service,
Wow.
what does loyalty mean to a person with a brand, with corporations. So it's totally it's a journey that when you're young, you're learning.
Yeah.
You don't really know. You're just earning money. You're excited. You're spending. And that's your kind of a thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask for anything. But eventually, when you're grown up, like now I am, it educates you.
Counts, right?
It connects you. It makes you think, and then it's a whole journey.
Yeah.
So definitely, it's a good thing that Dubai has started.
I think it's interesting because I know personally a couple of my friends who are not from here or not Indians, because in India also we don't have that culture. I'm sure it is the same in Pakistan as well. Or
Yeah.
is it? We don't have the culture where kids go and really work, while they are studying as
Right,
well.
exactly.
But I met a couple of my friends who might not have the kind of degrees that we claim to have, but they've got so much experience. They've traveled around the world. They can take on anything.
Plus the confidence you
And
get.
the confidence, exactly. And I'm just saying, because when my kids are growing up, I'm like, I definitely want them to have that rather than this.
Yes, it definitely matters. Like I said, like I was lucky, and my parents were very broad-minded and very forward-looking. They never said no for anything. So, one day I told my dad, "What is it like working in a bank?" He's like, "You know what? You should try it. Go find out." And I said, "Who is going to give me a job?" He's like, "Someone will. Go look for a job."
Wow.
And I did, and I worked as a teller, and then how you open the bank, and what is the procedure like, and what is the board like, and how they put in the money, and how you're supposed to hold on to confidential. So basically somebody's coming to you, putting their trust that you're going to be looking at their bank account but not sharing. So it's a series of things that you learn without knowing. You're learning so much.
Okay. And that's interesting. And from all that, you chose personal styling as something that you were
Yes.
really interested in.
So basically my degree is in HR.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right.
As I said, very diverse. Whatever I wanted to explore, I did. I worked in UAE as well as a HR admin assistant. When I started. I worked for this company called Global Information Technology, and they were doing the labor cards for the UAE.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I had no IT background though, but I was very thorough. I knew what my certifications were in HR, so I knew what was required from the job. And the good part was I grew very quickly into my role as an HR manager. Did the hiring for Libya because they did the passports there. I set up a new company from scratch for the Jordan office, which is called Smart Cube now.
Okay.
And everything doing from here. And then I was pregnant, and I took a maternity leave, and that's when I decided I wanted to be with my son.
Yes.
So I do have a corporate experience here as well.
Right.
But once he started school and things like those, and then my passion was personal styling as well.
Yes.
And I was a personal stylist in New York.
Yeah.
So I said, let's hop onto this. Let's help women around you, educate them. Because, people, once they have kids, they give up on themselves.
Yeah, they do.
Which I did not believe in at all. I would see moms not wearing necklaces, things like this. I'm like, why are you? No, he's going to break them. Like, no, because he or she doesn't know that it's for you. Right. I did not stop wearing heels. I did not stop getting dressed. And then again, like, your kids learn from you.
Yeah.
My son now knows it's not okay to step out of the house in slippers. Simple rules of life. He's not seen me. he's not seeing himself. Like at times it gets annoying. He's like, it's okay, we're just going downstairs. He's like, no, mama, let me find my slipper. But at the end of the day now, sometimes then you feel really happy because I have not told, like, I did not educate him like you should be like this.
No, but
it's just like they learn.
Watching. Yes, absolutely.
And that's how it is. So I'm still doing personal styling on the side. I do have my clients in New York.
But your clients, when you say your clients, are they mainly moms or women from all fields?
Most of them are moms. And then again, like who don't have a lot of time, who don't understand what their body is like, what's good on them, what's not good on them. It's not always, or how to dress. Some people do have the money, but then they don't have the time and the style and the confidence. Sometimes a lot of people would stick around to certain colors and I can never pull this off. And then, but it's a journey. You cannot start from black and go to red in one day. It's a journey. You have to follow through. You have to be very comfortable in your own skin before anyone else can say perfect. So that's ongoing. But then again, like I really wanted to do something more. I'm not the kind of a person who would want to just sit home, just do the pick up, drop off. I want to be a role model for my son. I want him to look up and say, my mother could do everything. My husband, my mom, she still teaches at a nursery. She's a woman who had 4 kids, managed everything. Moving into a big city, like my dad is a businessman, so he travels a lot. So basically she was, the man of the house a lot of times. So, learning from her. My husband's mom was a gynecologist. She passed away from breast cancer. But, he has also been brought up into a house where, like both his parents are doctors. So he knows like what a working mechanism is. So that's why my husband is extremely supportive. And this is how Bundle of Joy came into existence. I just felt like I needed to push myself and do something more and explore. And then, now Dubai is very supportive in terms of startup businesses.
Quite.
And then again, like throughout this journey, a lot of people has helped me and say, okay, if this is the idea, what more to it? And that's exactly, then I went out, looked at what's missing in the market. And that's where I figured like, almost every brand is here. But then again, the affordability is a bit of a challenge.
It's a challenge, yes, for sure. So is that why Bundle of Joy? So just to go back, retrace, Bundle of Joy started some time back, like quite some time back. But what made you start Bundle of Joy and not, at that point, you decided your kid is going to go to school and you have to do something with your life. Why didn't you start personal branding at that point?
To be honest, now my son is going to be turning 8 years old. So again, like I said, with the school drop-off things, I mean, he was more dependent on me.
Yes.
But now he's more independent. So we can manage like after school things and things. So I do have much longer time. Before he was in nursery, so pickup time is like, let's say 12. So, it's difficult. I just get 3-4 hours in which grocery needs to be done, cooking needs to be done.
She's a mom.
I'm a mom. So things like this. So now he's in school for a longer time. I have much more time
in your hands,
to manage between the days. The days he is after school. Sometimes pickup time is 4:30, 4. So, things are manageable. But now, this is how. Bundle of Joy was just a thought. It started from a diaper cake. The journey started from a diaper cake. So I make handmade diaper cakes. They are made out of diapers. I'll share some pictures so you can show it off to them for sure.
Yes, for sure.
They're made out of diapers, and that's how the idea began.
So just tell me about it more, because now I'm like envisioning
so
it.
It's all diapers. You gift it to a mom who's pregnant, or take it to a baby shower, or somebody who just had a baby. A new mom can never have enough diapers.
Yes.
So I just decorated very nicely. You'll see the pictures.
I'll show you the pictures.
They look like a real cake, edible, but it's not edible.
Right.
It's made out of diapers.
Okay.
That's how I used to do diaper cakes. Did it for friends, her birthday, her baby shower, her thing. And then I said, okay, what's more to this?
Okay.
Then I came up with the idea of customized gift baskets and putting all the baby essentials. And then I said, I'm going to bring, because I'm from New York, I'm going to bring some brands which are not here and let's try it out. So I did Arte Market, so make it legal to work under their shelter. And everybody loved it. Like I said, okay, moving forward, my sister was getting married in March. And I went to New York. I did some R&D here. What are the brands like? What are the prices like? And then I said, I want my brand affordable for everyone. So all the pieces that are there should be like, if somebody wants to get it, they shouldn't be paying like 900 dirhams.
True.
So I came up with affordable baskets. And then I said, you know what? I want to bring those clothes here. And in end of May, I registered my company, Bundle of Joy. It's an e-commerce business. It's bundleofjoy.ae.
Okay.
And it's a website where you can shop for baby clothes. The focus is up to 1 year right now. And you can find Donna Karan, you can find Nautica, Juicy Couture, Calvin Klein Baby, Kate Spade Baby, Rene Rove, some American local brands as well. And and then I got my website done. My website went live 1st of August.
Okay.
And right now we are here.
And how was marketing? What was the most difficult part? Was it integrating the masses that such a new brand is available? It's there in the market, but
yes,
like you said,
exactly. Basically, what is the highlight and what's the strong point about bundleofjoy.ae is the pricing, delivery, customer service.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not just a founder. I am the person who answers the phone, who take customer details, requests. I want to make their experience very personal. And if you go on my Facebook page, you will see the recommendations that people feel very happy about it, that it's a very personal experience. They can talk to me one-on-one. And of course, I'm a small business. I can cater that right now. And I hopefully in future too. So that's my strongest point.
Okay.
It's affordability for all, yet value for money. I've collaborated with small businesses that to include free stuff for the mom and the baby in the basket.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I cross-market with them saying, those are the gifts from us for the mom.
Okay.
So if you are buying a basket, you're buying just the outfit and we'll add on more gifts and make it a much bigger value for money of a basket for them.
And how has the response been so far?
Very good. Very, very supportive. I'm very happy as we are moving forward. I've collaborated with Omo.
Okay.
I did a customized basket, so that was really good.
Right.
They loved my basket. And then even the baskets, they went to influencers and they loved it. And I got good coverage from them as well.
Amazing. So,
so far the journey has been really amazing.
That's amazing to know. So all your years of being in different sectors and like let's say banking, retail, whatnot, has it really been put to use here?
Absolutely. Because see, starting a business, you must identify if it's a hobby or you want to pursue it as a business.
True.
And if you don't identify that, you will always probably be doing what you like, but you will never be able to put it as a business. And this is where, when I started, like I said, I started with a diaper cake.
Yeah.
Then I went on to customized gift baskets. And that's where I needed to understand, okay, hobby or business?
Yes, yeah.
And that's where, when I said business, then when business comes a lot of
other elements.
So many elements.
Yes.
You need to know pricing. You need to understand your profit margins. You need to understand banking.
How did you manage to do this? Did you have a support system? Did you do a lot of research? Or
to be honest, right now, the good part is we live in a world where Facebook, Instagram, there's so much support available. There are a lot of nice Facebook groups for entrepreneurs and startups and mompreneurs, that they're all there. So, I had no idea how to register business, what is required, what to do, how much money is required, what is a license, how to manage everything. But then again, like I said, it's a support system. There were other people, they're like, okay, you need this. This is step one. And then I would go out and do research. Okay, done.
That's done.
What is delivery?
Okay.
How do you manage it? What is a website? How would I upload? What would I do? So it was step by step. At one point, I was losing it completely.
Yeah, sure.
And I said, I can't. I just cannot. It's too much pressure. Because, on the website, whatever you see, every single thing, I've uploaded, the description, the pricing. So it's really time consuming.
Yeah, for sure.
I needed to invest about 10 to 12 hours in a day to get there, where the website you see today.
Yeah.
My husband and my son, they went on a voice trip. I said, you guys need a trip on your own. So it was a perfect time for me to focus. So I was just there concentrating on what I need.
Right.
So they were sent on a boys trip to Florida. They enjoyed their time there. They kept sharing pictures. But the good part was that I could focus.
Yeah.
And then again, it's a challenge. I won't say it's it's an easy ride.
Yeah.
It's a difficult ride, but it's worth it. I
most
cried a lot. Like opening a bank account, when the bank approval wasn't coming, and then the deadline for the website audit was there. I was crying. A phone came. Your application is not approved, and I started crying on the phone. I'm like, but why? I don't have time. And almost when I was about to give up, and then my husband's like, you just can't. You need to go through the process. It's all right. It's okay. If not now, I'm a person who likes to meet deadline. So on my books, I wasn't meeting those deadlines.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to launch my website end of June, and that wasn't happening.
Okay.
It was pushed forward. Stress was there, and I was like, no, it's not possible. I will do whatever it takes. But then again, you need to sometimes go with the flow. And then it happened.
Did you have a mentor, or was just...
I did not, but there's so many, like I said, we live in a time where there is social media. There's so many influencers around there.
Yeah.
You get to hear their story, their good days, their bad days. Of course, we only get to see the good part of the story always.
Yes.
We don't know the struggle. And that's exactly like people will say, wow, so fancy, you have a business. But,
sure.
The struggle is there.
Yeah,
It still is there. There's so many things there. Every day you wake up and you're like, okay, today's a new day. I never experienced this. Now what? I thought, a delivery was supposed to get done. It's not done today. Nobody informed me. I find out from a customer. I will get upset. But the good part is, I've been lucky so far that my clients and my customers do understand that it's a small business. Yeah. The struggles are there. They're very appreciative. They come back to me with nice words, and that makes my day.
Yeah,
so
does.
Struggle will always be there no matter what.
For sure. Yeah.
We just need to brace ourselves up and enjoy the ride.
It's easy to give up.
It's easy to give up.
Right.
It's very, very easy to give up.
Yes.
But again, this is where you need to push yourself and say, I can do it.
When you say bundle of joy and starting a business, it's literally like a baby of your own, right?
Absolutely. That's the whole concept of the name.
Right.
Because we cater up to a year for now. And it's all about the baby.
Yeah.
So as soon as you say bundle of joy, the first thing comes to your mind is baby.
It's a baby.
And this is why, I thought through, what should I name my company? What should it be? And then I said, you know what? Bundle of joy.
It's interesting. Happiness. It was not there because it's such a... when you think about it, it's a very common name, but it's interesting.
Exactly.
It was never
because as soon as somebody has a baby, they're like, bundle of joy, tears, happiness, everything.
But how was it after giving birth and the experience of being a mom? And
overwhelming. Yeah. You don't know what you're in. You just don't know. Every day is a new day.
Oh boy.
I went on a maternity leave, and my company wouldn't let go of me. So they said, you know what, Seema, work from home after you come back. I said, all right, let's give it a shot.
Sure.
My son was 3 months. I gave birth in New York. He was a preemie baby. He came 1 month earlier.
Okay.
But he was a happy, healthy baby. So I came back. I joined back work. And then, I was supposed to do just 4 hours of work in a day. Initially, before I left, I said 4 hours. I can work 8 hours, 4 hours, nothing. But then I did not know how the sleeping schedule would be like, how tired I would be, and what not. And then I tried for a month, and I went back to my boss and I said, you know what? I really want to resign. He was shocked in the first place. He's like, I work very hard. And for me, to be honest, this is not halal money. Because, you need to put in a lot of hard work to get rewarded. And I feel like I can't put in the time I have committed to. He's like, are you sure you're saying this? I'm like, yes, I am, because I don't want to go through. I will gladly help you find a replacement, and I will work along with her, and I don't need to be paid because, then my working hours, I'm not obliged to.
Yeah.
I will commit to it. And if I do, I will make sure it happens. And they were happy. And I think this is one of the reasons you need to be very honest with yourself to begin with, what you're in it for. And I think that has helped me a lot. Like to this point, like today, if I want to say I'm moving back to Jordan and I want to join the company, they're not going to think twice.
Okay.
Because how we left on a very good note. Yes. They didn't fire me saying, we've had it, you cannot put in hours, because it's given. Like as a mom, as a new mom especially, you don't know what sleep patterns you're working on, how your day is going to look like. And initially I had no help. So I was doing everything on my own, still trying to get, my mom came to help for 3 months, but of course, and she has to go back and we need to get on to our life. But the only good part she did for us was she put my baby on schedule. So it was a blessing.
It's a blessing, total blessing.
And until today, I thank her for this, because until today, he's going to be turning 8. He's a scheduled baby. And that's the only advice I give all the moms.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, try to put your baby on schedule. This way you will, prioritize yourself too and your husband, because you need to get on track. So my husband would get home, he will get an hour to play with my kid. And then, it's bedtime, and then it's just me and his time. We can watch whatever, we can do whatever we want to. So schedule is very important.
I tell everyone, learn from others' experience.
Right.
You have to put your kids on a schedule. Otherwise, there's no way they're going to get it.
It gets, of course, your day is going to pass through, but it's just going to be way much more challenging. You'll be drained by the end of the day.
Yes.
You still will be drained when they are on schedule. But then you'll still have a little bit of sanity left for yourself. Like by 7:30, I know, okay, Seema, just one more hour, it's bedtime, you can do whatever.
It's your time after that.
The clock is ticking, and then once he's in bed, I'm like, even maybe I'm not doing anything, but it's just a sense of relief. Like, okay, I can do whatever now I want to.
Yes, that's
so,
true. So that was Bundle of Joy and your journey towards Bundle of Joy. But I want to also come back to, of course, your personal styling. You still have clients back home, you said.
I still do have clients back home. I do help some moms here as well from time to time. Take them out shopping if they're looking for birthday dress or anniversary dresses, holiday season. You don't always need to buy expensive clothes to look worthy. Whatever looks good on you, just buy that. It doesn't have to be from a designer label. The difference between street style and the designer label is just the quality of the product.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're paying for. It's just like if you're buying a silk blouse, I'm not going to name, but a lower brand, a street style brand. They've really invested in, their target is a cheaper version and a price, whereas a designer label, their priority is the quality. And the quality has to be premium, and this is why people pay more price. So this is where I educate people to make them understand the only time you should invest in a designer wear is when you're very comfortable in a certain color, in a certain pattern, or buy only classic pieces, like a very nice button-down shirt. A designer label will last you for years.
True.
And by years, I literally mean 10 to 15 years. As long as you're the same size, they will last. whereas a street style brand, if you buy, you have paid little bit of money, and it will last you in a year, 6 months maximum, and then it's going to get worn off. The color is going to fade,
Yeah.
and what the price you've paid, you've had it. So it's time to move on to another one. So basically, whatever you're comfortable in, it looks good, own it, and wear it. That's the only thing I tell people.
Okay, and when you say you do help people, I think it's very nice that you can club probably in future Bundle of Joy with your styling, because you are catering mainly for moms, right?
Exactly.
Mostly your styling is for moms, so you can definitely club it, right?
Again, like, sky is the limit.
Yes.
Exactly, like how any business start is from very little.
Yes.
Like, I was just reading a case study a few weeks back, because again, you need a lot of inspiration when you are in business, because there are good days, there are bad days. There are days that you feel nothing is working and it's the worst day, and maybe it's not a good decision as a business. So I was reading a case study about Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola only sold 10 bottles of Coca-Cola in the first year.
Yeah.
And look now. So again, sky's the limit. What's to come, it's hard to predict.
True.
But definitely, because personal styling is my passion. That's something I love. I love helping people, regardless. So, of course, maybe a rebranding with the name and things like this. But yes,
it's something
that I'm gonna expand as I move forward.
Because that'll be something that is definitely, again, these are all small things, but it's been overlooked a lot by society in general.
Exactly.
And especially in our market, I don't think currently in UAE market, there's someone who or a personal stylist who exclusively caters, because they understand the plight of mothers. And
right. And then again, like, basically, personal styling means how to educate yourself about your own body.
True.
Not everything is going to look good on everyone. So if off shoulders are in fashion, does not mean that you should wear it.
Yeah.
Even if you want to wear it, how would you wear it? How would it flatter your body? So that's very important to understand. And this is why, like, I do have a certification in personal styling, in that we do understand how each body works, how each cut would work, what would flatter more, what would not flatter, what color tone would work better, what hair color would look better with your eye color, things like those. Very small details will make a big impact.
Yeah, a large impact.
Like what kind of accessories. You have a long neck, like I have a long neck, I can wear a collar. If I would wear a v-neck, how would I appear? Just by wearing clothes, you can appear to be taller, you can appear to be shorter, you can appear to be a bit wider, a bit petite. Like, my body frame is petite, so I need to dress very appropriately. Like, if I'm wearing a high waistband, how should I wear it? What I shouldn't wear.
Like you said, these are simple things which
very
most
small
90% of the people actually, or women, or people, they overlook, because they don't know. They don't know.
And then again, like, I think age is just a number.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you must dress appropriately as per your age.
True.
By your profession. You're a mom, that's fine. I'm sure there's a certain type of talent hidden in you.
True.
Explore that. Let your kids understand that. Let that be a hobby. Let that be painting or crochet or sewing or, I don't know, track racing. Anything.
Anything.
Explore the journey. Identify. And then take ownership. And as soon as you take ownership of that, you get the confidence. And then automatically your personality, your clothing, your appearance falls accordingly. How you speak, because your circle will be that then.
Yeah.
The same kind of like-minded people. And then automatically, you don't know. I tell this to every client. You are an influencer. As a mom, you're influencing, you don't know who. You're influencing to begin with your child.
Yes.
Your child's friend. Your child's friend's mom. Your neighbor. Your helper.
Yes.
You are an influencer. So take pride.
Yeah. Yes.
And take ownership.
Take ownership.
And then as soon as you start thinking like that, you're going to start working on yourself.
Yes, you will.
You will make small changes in your life to make it a better person. You'll grow as a person then.
True.
So little bit helps.
Right.
So take ownership. That's the most important.
Yeah. All right. And what is your advice for those moms? Because most of the mothers that I know after giving birth might have had a corporate career, must have decided to let go of it, or at least take a break or whatever for their kids, and they fall into a...
I would say enjoy the journey. I mean, it's never, never, never easy to quit your corporate life and start a new life. It's all over again. You think getting married is like the toughest thing and the changes in life. Having a baby is totally another one.
Yeah, totally.
Like I said, take ownership. Enjoy the ride. If you have decided to be with the baby, don't sympathize with yourself. You don't need anybody's sympathy. You're a mom. You have done it. You have a child. Enjoy it. If you, and also, I mean, the moms who go back to work and when other moms say, oh my God, the other kid, her kid is in the daycare and she's going to work. Good on her.
I know.
Be proud. I respect those. I've had friends like who went back to work and they would call me like, yeah, I have to drop my kid at 7 o'clock in the morning. I said, I'm so proud of you. You're doing what others can't.
Yeah.
Be confident about it. Take pride.
Whatever decision
you make, you need to feel content. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there will always be mom guilt in some way. I mean, my son is pretty independent. But if I'm running out to do errands or I need to be somewhere, now it's my new business. I need to be out on weekends. Mom guilt will always be there. But yes, I take pride over that. And I say, you know what? Because I'm a mom, I'm doing this and I feel very proud about it. I don't need anybody's sympathy. I don't need anyone to look down at me. And even if they do, good on them.
Yeah.
That's it. So you need to be very confident. It's easier for people to pull you down.
Yes.
And that's where you need to be much more stronger. You need to pull yourself back up and you say, you know what? It's all right.
Yeah.
Good on you. If you're doing it or you're not doing it. Don't let other people talks, impressions, sympathies take on you. Enjoy the ride. Feel happy if somebody say good work, but don't feel sad if somebody looks down on you. That's the only motivation. I would say like every mom, if she decides to go back to work, if she decides not to go back to work, if she decides to have her own business or not do anything and be a mom, you know what? That's good of a job. Like there is no job in the world that's more rewarding than being a mom.
True.
You're cooking for your kid. You are disciplined. You're raising a human for tomorrow. And that's the most important thing. True. So, like
and how you decide to do it, it's up to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Every mom is perfect in their own way. Yes. Who am I, you, or others to judge on that? True. And I don't give permission to anybody to come down and say, Seema, you were doing this right and this you were doing wrong. You know what? Even this is right for me and this is right for me. As long as I do it for myself and for my family and for my kids, they're happy, I'm happy, and that's it.
Right, amazing.
So, sometimes you just need those. And
to be your own cheerleader.
Exactly. Right. You need to be, you'll come across all sorts of people. There are people on social media who will praise you. There are people on social media who will
literally pull you down.
So basically, be your own cheerleader, like you said. Enjoy.
I know. And how do you think right now in this day and age, yes, social media is a blessing. We get a lot of information from that, but it's also the devil, right? Because like you mentioned, people are behind a screen. They can say whatever they want to. It's easy to pull you down. So easy.
Very, very easy. Because see, not everyone knows the entire story. Now, let's get that fact straight. Yes. On social media, whatever you see is the best. It's the best. Like people have the best life in the world. Nothing has gone wrong in their life. But no, that's not true. Everyone has a good day. If I am dressed up and looking, I want to show that to you. I don't want to show my weaker side. But that does not mean take ownership of your weaker side too.
Exactly.
Because that's you. So if you just keep on portraying life as the best, nothing goes down, you don't know who's following you.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're an influencer. Every human is an influencer.
Yeah.
So take pride. It's hard to find the right balance, but at least give it a try.
But what about those youngsters who are just seeing it? It is hard for them, right?
Definitely it's hard.
Yes.
I think it's
even for adults, yeah.
For us, like, there are days that things are like, oh, wow, amazing, you're doing a brilliant job and you came up with such a fantastic idea. And then the next thing you hear, you're neglecting your son and, things are it's not the right kind of a business you're doing. And then, what you're supposed to do? Laugh it off. And then move forward. You're like, thank you for your input. I really
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good on you. Thank you for taking so much time looking into my life. And let's move on. So, again, but now it's becoming a bit of a tougher challenge for our kids to get raised in such an environment where likes matters, people who has commented, what have they commented about. So it's difficult.
Yeah, it's a social world that we're living in, yet they're not social. Oh my goodness.
Yes, exactly.
And you were mentioning about how your mom still works, and your mother-in-law and everyone. Has it put any kind of pressure on you?
It's always a personal choice. I mean, my dad is a businessman. We've always seen the ups and downs, good and bad. My mom loves kids. So she works at a nursery and her class is like all those babies. So she's working because she likes it. No pressure at all. My mother-in-law, she has passed away, but she was a gynecologist. But it's just like, it gives you the confidence that women can do so much.
True.
Especially at the time now we are living in, we have a lot of luxury. We can Google. Google is our best friend.
Yes.
A lot of time when my son asks, Mama, what is it? I'm like, oh, wait, I don't know. I'll be right back. Whereas at that time, they didn't have Google. They raised us. And I think we are good human beings.
Yes.
Again, to what is more important, even for me and my husband, is more importantly, raise a good human.
True.
It's important to raise a good human because they will get educated or they won't. That's their choice.
That's their choice, yes.
But it's important to make them understand how important is a human life, how important is an animal life, how important is a life to begin with, how to be respectful. And this is why, how I take basically pride and that my mom has taught me, my father has taught me those rules. I mean, we had the luxury to do a lot of things, to travel, but then, he had put his foot down and said, you know what? You want to go? Get your own ticket. Things like those,
Those little things that...
And we hated him.
Yeah,
we're
obviously.
like,
how
can you not pay for a ticket? And he's like, because I already paid for summers. I'm not going to pay for winters. You want to go? I'm not going to say no. Go.
Wow.
Get your ticket.
That makes you very independendent, right? And
that made us very independent. And not just me, like my other sister. We are four. We are three sisters all together and a brother. And we all are very independent when it comes to this. Because we have seen it. From the time we've grown. My mother wasn't working when we were growing up. She was home all the time. But she started working when, all of us were grown-ups in the universities. None of us had time to be home on time, work, school, everything. And that's when she's like, you know what, I'm sitting home, I'll do something. And she loved kids. So that's how she started. So she started her career, let's say, in a very later stage of life. Whereas if we think now, we're like, career at this, so she always says, there is no age to start a career.
Well,
you can start at any time. So like I said earlier, as a mom, as an individual, you need to look for a hobby. That's that's going to bring you sheer pleasure.
Yes.
Not your child, not your husband, not your family. Something that you do on your own and you feel happy. And that's what's important.
And then decide whether
you whatever you want to do in your life, whether you want to convert it into a business and grow larger, or you don't want to, you want to keep it as is, and that's it, just for yourself. That brings you sanity. But I do take a lot of influence from my mom and the stories that I hear about my mother-in-law, that at that age and time, like she traveled from Pakistan to Iran. My father-in-law is the doctor as well. Moving countries at that time, where my husband was a year old. And then, even while she was diagnosed with the breast cancer, she was still working. So the willpower of a woman, and then the potential to how much you can do. And my sister-in-laws, both of them, they're working on their own will. And, my sisters are working, and it's a good thing.
I know.
You don't need to be dependent on anyone.
That's one of the best things about women. We can take on so many roles at
so
the
many
same
roles.
time.
Like the other day, I had one post on my Instagram and says, being a mom has taught me how many things I can do with a single hand. You don't need two hands to do stuff.
For sure. 100%.
One hand is good enough to do so many things at the same time.
100%. And when you decided to start something of your own, when your child was in school, did you ever consider going back to a corporate career?
I did.
Okay.
But I thought I can't.
Yeah.
The reason why, again, the mom guilt.
Yes.
To be honest, I love dropping my son in the morning. I love picking him up. I think it's the best time to bond.
Yeah.
I thought a lot of times that it's time to go back. And this is why mom guilt.
Yeah.
I never could. I really, really appreciate all the moms who go back to the corporate world and they're doing so well. I'm so happy for them. But I was not just one of those. I couldn't.
Yeah, you couldn't.
I had to find my pathway, and which I think I did now. It took time. It takes time.
Was it frustrating when you couldn't find your pathway? I think I need to do something.
Frustrating in a way. I would say I always kept myself busy. I'm kind of that person. I keep my cool. I always find something I'm up to. I want to learn water painting now. I know I'm so tired and
just taking
with
on
the new
more
business,
things.
So many things, running side by side that I really don't have time. But this is another thing on my list. Like, I need to keep on exploring what's next.
Before I forget, not only does she do Bundle of Joy and a full-time mom as everything, she also travels back to USA like twice in a year? Or
sometimes twice, sometimes thrice. Yeah,
sometimes thrice, because she's got clients. She's a personal stylist.
Yeah.
She's got clients back home. So she keeps traveling and she does that too.
Yeah.
And watercoloring and water painting is on top of all that.
I did glass painting too. Again, like whatever. See, it's just like, because as a person, like, I think there is so much there to be explored. I don't know it. I may not learn it perfectly, but I need to. This is something, it's a bucket list. I need to do it.
Right.
I don't know how soon or how later will I get to it. I will get
to it.
The biggest thing what I would say is, for every individual, or an advice I would say, is make a to-do list every day.
Yeah.
It's going to expand. It's not going to shrink. It's going to expand.
Yeah.
But as long as you keep on looking at those things that needs to be get done, you will get there.
You will get it. Yeah.
And once because it's inspiring. You see it. Okay, yeah, I need to do this. And you're like, then you'll just scribble on and say, okay, yeah, I don't even think I will get there. But you will get there.
Okay.
One day.
Yeah. True.
And you just have to go out and look out, and I may think I may like it, I may not like it at all. And that's the same thing. Like, people always say, wow, what a cool job do you have. Shopping is so much fun. Yes, it is. But it's challenging at the same time.
Yeah.
People have budgets. We have to work within the budgets. Then people are not comfortable in certain colors, and some people are very comfortable in certain colors, and
wouldn't want to.
you want to find the right blend
True.
of mix. And then some people are working, and then some people are changing jobs, so what kind of outfits are required from a previous job may not be okay with the current, or switching careers and things like this. So no job is easy in the world, but it takes a lot of love and dedication to make it happen.
True. And what is your last piece of advice for moms, especially?
Just enjoy the journey. Love what you do. Take pride. You're a mom. I mean, you know, you're already doing so much. No one can say you're doing anything less. So if somebody comes around and say you cannot do this, you can. You can do anything and everything. Find passion, find a hobby, work towards doing something just for yourself. Take a day out, do nothing but things just for yourself. Let it be shopping, a manicure, pedicure, just a blow dry, something that you say it was just me time, without kids and without having a mom guilt. Seriously, like you need that once in a while, and that's about it. Enjoy life. Don't take pressure. There's a lot of stress already out there. Enjoy the ride, and it's worthwhile.
But you've just summed up your life, right? Because that's what you've been doing all throughout, enjoying your ride, starting with something. Your whole idea of Bundle of Joy just came from...
And then there are good days, and then there are bad days. I mean, it's okay to have a bad day. You will have a bad day. It's normal. And if you see people who don't have a bad day, they're not normal. Or they're not showing you the right story.
The right story, exactly. So it's great to hear your story and how you started with just a diaper cake.
With just a diaper cake, exactly.
And here you are and setting it up, and inshallah, hopefully grow it into, because I want to see that personal styling thing in Bundle of Joy.
Absolutely.
And it's
let's look forward.
It's amazing that you're doing so much for the women in particular, especially moms. Because all stems up from what you've been through, right? Amazing having you on our show. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for all your insights. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.